Thank you very much to be able to begin. I was going to be a little comical and say my testimony is over, but I won't. I'm here because on October, the governor wrote me a letter. It was preceded by many hours and times of discussion. I'll just read a last paragraph. I believe our collective efforts will positively change the trajectory of Hawaii so present and future generations can choose to call Hawaii home. Therefore, I humbly ask you to lead us along this preferred path of peace for a better future. I will make myself and my staff and my resources available to you to achieve this goal. I don't know if this is the appropriate time, Senator, so stop me if it's not. It took many, many drafts to write this. I'm in the final phases of developing a core group to do as the governor asked us to do. And I would like to read our mission statement. I think in itself it says while the opposition of your Senate bill and not in regards to anything else, but the way we hope to achieve a very positive outcome for the present situation. Vision for Mauna Kea. A central theme of Mauna Kea should be of the native Hawaiians' exploration of the ocean to the discoveries of the universe. Hawaiians understood the world was connected from the mountain to the sea. They explored the ocean and learned about the heavens to guide them. They believed that this majestic mountain is the Earth's connecting point to the rest of the universe. This is about the mountain being part of their soul. Mauna Kea to be a symbol of nations working together for the pursuit of peace and harmony, a beacon of hope and discovery for the world. This is not just about science, it is about combining culture and science. It is about respect and caring. This is about the mountain bringing people together. Mauna Kea to be a quest for knowledge, to make us a better people and better stewards of this world. Mauna Kea to be a symbol of native Hawaiian heritage and the inseparability of nature and culture. Mauna Kea to be recognized as one of the world's natural and cultural treasures. Mauna Kea to be a recognition of harmony that grew out of a painful history of intrusions upon the First Nation of Hawaii that totally finds today a respectful, diverse community remarkable to the world. This we know as the cosmopolitan people of the world. It was so wisely said, quote, the world will turn to Hawaii as a search for world peace because Hawaii has the key, aloha, and of quote, anti-pilahi paki. Mauna Kea to be a model of science and of culture, past and present, going forward. Mauna Kea to be an opportunity for Hawaii to be the center of discovery of the universe. Mauna Kea to be a model of how the people of the world can live together in harmony. How do we accomplish all of this? The vision is to begin by convening a core group representing different interests and expertise to provide direction and guidance. And as I've stated, I just about completed identification of that core group and talking to them individually. What do we seek on the initiatives? To review and reorganize the management authority to implement this vision. Establish Mauna Kea as a national and international monument of global significance. Create educational programs that feature the special characteristics of Mauna Kea in astronomy, geology, and biology. Create an educational programs that combine science and culture. For Nakeki, Nakapuna, not just for learning, but for the sheer joy and excitement of discovery.
Thank you, Mayor Kim.
Can I finish? There's two more.
No, I'm sorry, Mayor. If we have questions, we'll ask you questions. Members, questions for the mayor while he's up?
Thank you.
Mayor, I have a question. I didn't mean to cut you off, but if we continue to let you go, then we're going to have to extend our privilege to others. So I need clarification, Mayor. In a newspaper article that was written yesterday in Hawaii's Tribune Herald, when you talked about the advisory committee that you've been tasked to form, and and I do commend you for the challenge that you have taken on, and the collaborative nature that you've tried to work with many people. And but in that article, and I want to read this quote, and this is where we need clarification on. It says, as for the committee, its goals, according to a printout Kim provided the Tribune Herald, will be to review and organize the Mountains Management Authority currently under the University of Hawaii. Can you clarify that statement, please?
I thought there was, from all the things that I've heard, read, and spoken to people, one of the biggest problems of the Mauna Kea element was the management. I know that's a simple word, but we all know how big what it can mean. When I was asked specifically, what do I expect to do in regards to reorganize, my answer to some, including the reporter, was this. Anytime you are assigned to take a look at something to hopefully fix and make better, I don't care what size it is or complex as this is, of management practices, you do not make changes before you go in and have a total review of what the problem is. And to get that, you need input from people all over. And that's what I meant by review and reorganize. For those who I've talked to personally, reorganization could be a simple thing as moving this to that. But I think this is going to be more complex than that. I think one of the biggest concerns of people was a lack of input, coordination with people of interest and people of residence. I think if there's one thing I recognize that I think will be pursued by me, it will be more management on the local control.
If you, and what is your timeline? You said the governor, you spoke with him in October, you've started those consultations, this is now February. What is your timeline? Can you let the committee know that? Because we'd like to know how we can work with the County of Hawaii.
First of all, Senator, I appreciate that. I think there's enough divisiveness in the whole issue. I ask that we do not create another one. I ask that we do work together on this. In regards to the timeline, initially I thought I would not add any controversy or more polarization of people by stepping in at a time when the courts was handling this. As we know, if the Supreme Court, which is reviewing it now, ruled it that the permit is invalid, I think most, if not some at least, of this is mute. So I was going to make that my time frame, but I will not anymore. And my time frame, as coy as may sound, as soon as I can get it. Unfortunately, I've got a day job.
What happens if after your advisory committee meets and you talk to stakeholders in the community and you come up with a plan to review and or reorganize the current management structure, and the current management structure doesn't want to accept your recommendations? What statutory power do you have to make those changes?
One of the first things I ask the governor is of staff help, and one of them would be from the Attorney General's office, which a person has already been assigned to us and met with a corp counsel and what the roles will be, and to have direct access of that person at any time of the day. I do not know what kind of changes will recommend. It will require legislative action. But I do know this. In regards to the group, I know those are just two words, that we will seek guidance. I do hope to seek, I've told people this openly, the protectors was never an enemy of ours. I learned that many, many, many years ago in regards to if it weren't for protectors, it would not bring to attention some of and many of the abuse that we in government or business have caused. I think the best example of Kohanaiki for some pronunciation, that there's a sign out there that says this park is a result of a true partnership between community and developer. I hope this will end result in something positive for us meaning the people of this world, and especially the people of the Hawaiians.
Would you agree that any changes to the current management structure outside of what currently exists today would require legislation by this legislature?
I'm not the one to answer that question because of your words of all of except for. I do know this, some of it will. This is what I hope for now. If I think I do my job right, is to have established a very good relationship and dialogue of trust within members of the community. If that is accomplished, I really truly believe that many of the things, although they may require legislative action, can proceed without it being finalized. I have talked to the members of the University of Hawaii, the president, more than a couple of times in private. I have talked to the people in regards to the regents, the chair of the Board of Regents, other groups of Kamehameha, Lilo Kalani, and many other groups, to tell you truthfully, of community. I think what has been lacking is our fault. Our refers to all of those of the past of the use of Mauna Kea and other parts of this state, the most beautiful place on God's earth. I believe we do that and recognize, as I said in here, of the wrongs. I truly believe we implement some of these for the benefit of going forward, of culture especially, and of science. Those two, as I've said, of recognizing the inseparability of culture and nature.
Thank you. Members, any questions for Mayor Kim? Thank you, Mayor Kim.